along with my guys, Coach Bill Cowher, Nate Burleson, and Matt Ryan. Bill, I know, look, defensive guy, Hall of Fame coach. Vince would have been pleased with that performance defensively today.
Well, when you look at what they did, you're talking about 4 sacks, 9 quarterback hits, and I think one of the biggest plays in this game was the interception at the end of the first half that stopped that drive by the Detroit Lions. So, listen, they got after him. I think they've been hearing about it all off season. You know, the Detroit Lions winning 5 of the last 6 games, and they're the king of this division. And I think they made a statement today, just like the LA Chargers made a statement on Friday night. The Green Bay Packers did that today with Micah Parsons, with Sean Garrett on the other side, with 1.5 sacks. The defense came to play.
Yeah, I think the defense certainly came to play, and the interior defensive line came to play. One of the things that we overlooked, kind of talking about this Micah Parsons trade, was going to be the loss of Kenny Clark and who was going to step up and fill that void, and the defense certainly did that today. And it started early. You mentioned the interception right here, you know, forcing that turnover before the half, but it's the pressure, collapsing the pocket, just making Jared uncomfortable the entire game, and even more of it, right? The effort, the strain right here. Micah Parsons to finish at the end to cap off his first sack as a Green Bay Packer. It was a special performance. Jeff Hafley, the defensive coordinator, of the Green Bay Packers, had these guys ready to play. And I got to give a shout-out to these 4 interior defensive linemen. Colby Wooden, Devontae Wyatt, Nazir Stackhouse, and Carl Brooks. These guys stepped up, played really, really strong football, both against the run and the pass all evening long.
Yeah, no doubt about it. You know, and look at this offense. When it comes to teams going into the season, some are trying to forget who they were last year. Others are trying to recapture the magic from last season. And you look at the Packers last season, they were hot towards the end of the year. Jordan Love really started to heat up. I mean, the last 8 games, he has 11 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. So he's taking care of the ball, playing efficiently. In this offense, check him out. With a clean pocket, he can deliver the ball downfield to his pass catchers. The poise, and of course, being able to dot his guys exactly where they need the balls to be thrown. And then the running game is the perfect complement. Yeah, I mentioned Jordan Love and what he's been doing the last 8 games. In the last 9 games, going back to last year, Josh Jacobs has had a rushing TD and more in every single game. So what does this offense do when they step on the field? They give Jordan Love a clean pocket, take care of the ball, don't throw it away. And when need be, you can hand it off to that beast in the backfield, and that's just going to continue to open up the passing game because you got to.
And that beast would be
Josh Jacobs.
It's a nice preview and setup. You'll see why in a second. Go ahead. Okay.
And on the other side of that, when you're talking about that offense and picking up where they left off, this is the Detroit offense right now with the new coordinator. I didn't see the same creativity. Let's not panic after 1 game.
No, but it was noticeable, Coach.
I think they have to find out who they are, and I think this coordinator has to get a feel for what he has to work with from the tools-wise, his weapon-wise. You don't see a lot of that same creativity that we saw last year when you sit there with Ben Johnson, who's now in Chicago. So it's going to take some time for him to get a feel for the offense, them to get a feel for him, even on the other side of the ball. Dan Campbell has to replace those 2 coordinators.
No doubt.
And sometimes it takes a little while for that thing to gel. No reason to panic. 5 teams last year went to the playoffs when they lost opening day. So there's no time to panic, but I got to look in the mirror.
But, Coach, we were talking about that, right? And I get it. It's not easy to replace 2 guys who left for head coaching jobs. But there was something special about that Ben Johnson-led offense. It's not just about play calling. It's about the right plays being called at the right time, and then also setting up the trick plays, almost pulling in the defense into your own tendencies so you can beat them in other plays. We didn't see that same type of rhythm and pacing from this offense today.
Play calling is an art.
It's an art.
It's an art.
You said that back there.
Play calling is an art. I mean, sometimes it takes you sometimes to get a feel for it.
Well, look who we got walking into us over here. Josh Jacobs going to be on with us. I'm not sure. I guess he's coming in right now.
Here's how, you know what?
What's up, fam?
We just got finished saying, Josh, as the guys were talking about you, they were talking about how potent this offense is, and if they needed to, they could hand the ball to the beast to get it done, and the beast got it done today.
Yeah, man. I mean, we know they was going to try to come in and, stop the run. That's all they were talking about all week. We believed in the guys. I told the receivers, take it personally. So we came out, and they handled business.
Looking back at the last 8 games, going back to last season, you have had a rushing TD in each game. What is it about this offense and you at this point in your career that is working well for you and also that offensive line in front of you?
It's just being resilient. It's a lot of plays that, might not go your way, but just keep putting your foot forward and keep grinding. And I feel like all my life, man, I've been having to grind. And I try to come in and, have that mentality for the guys. and just tell them keep playing, and everything will play out how it needs to.
All right, Josh, I'm going to ask you to put on your analyst hat right here. We got the monitor right over here. But if you could take us through your touchdown run from earlier today, they're going to cue that up. What are you thinking right here?
So what's crazy is last year at Detroit, we had the same exact run. It played out the same exact way.
Really?
We got a touchdown. So, I mean, I knew when I hit it, I was like, hey, they ain't lined up right. They were slow to get up off the ball. I knew I was going to score.
Hey, talk about the job your offensive line did today. Going against that front seven, these guys came out and played. Pass protection was excellent. The run game was excellent. Talk about the offensive line.
Yeah, man. I mean, a lot of guys played today, too. I don't know if y'all noticed that, but everybody stepped up. I mean, the guys, we're young. We got a different group, but everybody played hard, man, and I think that's the thing that I respect the most.
You know, you talk about, Josh, you're in the locker room, so you guys are talking about this year. When you got and acquired Micah Parsons, what did that do to the locker room? What did it do to the team?
Man, it let the guys know that, this organization is all in and winning right now. And I think that's something that's very important, to the morale of the guys. Especially, working your butt off every offseason, coming in ready to play, and then you add a guy that's so dynamic like, Micah, to that defense that's already dynamic. I mean, the sky's the limit.
You came in here from the Raiders, so I mean, you know what it's like, right? To come to a place like this. I mean, it's title time, the history of the Green Bay Packers, right?
Yeah, man. I mean, this is a historic franchise. It's one of the cornerstone franchises in the NFL. I mean, and as you see, man, these fans, it's nothing like it.
Yeah, shout out to the Packers fans. They're obviously lit. But we talked about how this offense found their rhythm last year. And people were talking about going down the stretch. This Packer team is legit. Now, the offseason comes along. They're not really mentioning your squad. If anything, they're talking about the Detroit Lions, the Kings of the North. If anybody in this division wants a shot at the crown, they got to take a shot at the throne, and the Lions are sitting on top of it. I know you guys don't like to pay attention to what we say on TV, but I know you heard it, though. Was there motivation in that?
I'm not going to say motivation. It's more so, playing them guys and, the 2 losses last year, it's a lot we did that we felt like we hurt ourselves on, whether it's penalties or it was drops or, missed plays, missed protections or whatever. So we knew, like, man, if we don't beat ourselves, we're going to be in this game and we're going to have a good game. So that was more the thing. Like, obviously we don't like them guys, but, trying to come in and, play good football.
No, I'm not trying to give anybody any bulletin board material. But was this a statement today?
I mean, this is the first game in Lambeau, home game in Lambeau, season opener. How long?
We had a division champs,
man. We had to make sure, we put on the show. But, we trying to set the standard of what our team is going to look like this year, and we trying to uphold that standard.
Put on a show you did. Tell me about your quarterback, Jordan Love. Moving into his 3rd season as a starter. I always think, as a quarterback, that's where you make your biggest jump. What have you seen from growth and development in Jordan?
First off, man, I don't think people put enough respect on how good of a player he really is. I don't think that people really understand, like, the looks that he puts us in, his arm talent and how smart of a football player he is. And I tell him that before the game. I said, man, let the world know who you are today. You one of one. And we believe in him, man. We have the utmost, respect for him. And he's the leader of our team, so we love him.
Let me close it with this. Bill Cowher and I spend a lot of time talking about winning in any organization, football, business, or whatever. It starts at the top. You guys philosophically do things differently here. How would you express that to the public, what the Packers do differently?
Man, it's nothing like it, man. Honestly, man, everybody's bought in, whether it's the trainers, whether it's the janitor cleaning up, like legit, like everybody is bought in. And everybody has that winning mindset. Everybody talks about it every day. It's something that's very known, so it's just different, man. You feel the energy, you feel the love from the fans, from the community. It's not a lot to do here, so it's nothing but football. I mean, and you feel that. You feel the love. And a lot of the guys just got to lock in. That's all you can do. So it's the perfect place for a guy that's either trying to improve his career or be something in the league to come and play.
So in the sports vernacular, we know that this is a compliment when the guy said, here comes the beast.
No doubt about it.
You are a leader, Josh.
No doubt about it.
Man.